you want to start off how you usually start off.
Oh, so you want me to start off like I normally started off?
Yep.
Or?
Yeah, you're
Oh, all
ready
right,
for the
cool. All right, bet. Say no more. Like, no. So should I sit down or should I?
Sit exactly how you want to do.
I'm saying, normally I come and sit down on the couch.
Well,
I know we're not at the couch, but.
Okay, would you feel more comfortable if you got up and then sat down? Would that be more comfortable for you?
I mean, yeah, sure.
Okay,
if you want to say start off like you want to start off, all right, bet. All right, cool.
Hey, what's up? This is John Singleton.
With Afion Crockett.
This is Lala Anthony.
Stephen K. Brook Jr.
You kicking it with Ty.
Yeah, okay. Hey, shit. Look, I said Monday had to work, Tuesday I was tired. Wednesday, no, I'm off. Now I'm kicking it with Ty, getting lit and getting fried. Interviewing set the vibe. Every Wednesday on the 2, you can catch me at the 5. Here we go. Kicking it, I'm kicking it, I'm kicking it with Ty. Kicking it, I'm kicking it, I'm kicking it with Ty. Kicking it, I'm kicking it, I'm kicking it with Ty. Kicking it, I'm kicking it, I'm kicking it. Say put your feet up, put your feet up, feet up. Grab your celly and you swish it and put me up, me up. Put your feet up, put your feet up, feet up. Grab your laptop and you swish it and put me up, hey.
Oh, man. Yo, y'all already know who it is. It's your boy, Mr. OD boy himself, Tyrone Blassingame. And I was bored, so I had to call somebody. Wait, nope, I didn't call nobody because we're here because it's a special episode. Today is the season finale. So I heard the people want to get to know me, who I am, how the show even started. So we're going to get into all that type stuff, you feel me? And plus we got a special announcement because as you can see, we're not on the couch. But we're going to hold that till later. So let's go. You already know. OD boy, let's get it.
All right, perfect. So, since you're always interviewing other people, I thought it was a good idea to just, interview you, see who you are. So, tell us who you are, Mr. OD boy.
All right. Well, my name is Tyrone Blassingame. I was born in Monterey, California, but was raised in Philly most of my life. I'm a father of 3, Gabriel, Nayland, and Liam. I'm a host, as y'all can see, because I interview people. I also do filmmaking. I mentioned it a couple times on, during the interviews, but I'm into filmmaking, film writing. That's my lane. And, that's pretty much it. That's who I am.
Perfect. Because, a lot of people, watching this know who you are, but, this is for the people who don't know who you are. So I thought it was really important to do that. Okay. So, before all the cameras and, filmmaking and things like that, you play ball, right?
Yeah, I played basketball. I definitely played ball. I was pretty good.
Okay. All right. So how did you, transition from playing ball to, to acting?
Okay. So I've always played basketball. It wasn't something that was introduced to me, I want to say, like by somebody, like practice-wise. It was just something that my brothers played. I watched them play, so I learned from just looking. I was actually good at it at a young age. My high school year, okay. That's how I got into the acting thing. That's what you asked me. Yeah. My high school year. My high school year, I took a dance class, which was like, ballerina, like ballet and all that type stuff. And I didn't want to wear the leotards. So I was like, I'm not wearing them. And she was like, well, you can't pass the class if you ain't going to wear them. So I'm like, hey, call it what you want. I'm not buying no tights. Like, I was a man at that time. I wasn't really into the arts. And, it was just tights. But anyway, they asked me to play in this play. They told me to be an understudy for West Side Story. And I was like, all right, I'll do it. And she's like, I'll pass you. So I'm like, all right, I'll be an understudy. I don't got to get on stage. That's cool. But then the guy stopped showing up. So then I had to play it. And that's when I actually had I'm like, I actually really dig this thing. I dig the acting.
That's dope. Okay. So that was like your first taste in acting, you would say?
No, it wasn't my first taste, but that's when I really was truly introduced to it. I played plays when I was like, I played Michael Jackson and the Rum-Pa-Pum-Pum, like one of them Jones when I was like in like kindergarten or something. I also played in another play when I was in middle school called Cyber Kids Computer Club. And of course, I played the athlete. But yeah, but that was my first time. I'm like, oh, I think I actually really do like it, compared to all the other times.
So, okay. So then that was like, okay. So that was kind of like, you would say, kind of like the start almost. So, yeah.
The introduction start,
the introduction start. Okay. So, how did that change from there? Like, that took you on a path to so many other things. So just tell us about that.
Well, from there, I still was playing basketball, of course. So when I started at CCP. I went to CCP, and I wanted to go in for sports medicine, but they didn't have sports medicine. So after your first semester, your first year, you can do liberal arts, but after that you have to choose a major. So theater was on the table, and I'm like, I actually enjoyed it when I was in high school, so I majored in theater. And from there, just getting the training, from majoring in theater, still not taking it serious, but getting the training, I just start to enjoy it more and more and realize that it was really a community for it. Because, if you're not introduced to something, you don't notice it really can happen. You see people on TV and all that, but you don't think it really can happen. But once I start seeing the community for it, I'm like, oh, this is a thing. Acting is a thing. You feel me?
Yeah, that's definitely true.
Yeah. So that's when I really got more into it. But like around 2012 is when I had my son. Well, I had him in 2011. I don't want to mess that up. I had him in 2011, but around 2012, like I'm done school or whatever, and I'm like, yo, what am I going to do in my life? Because I didn't want to. I know I couldn't pass the job that I had down to my son, and I'm like, I want to create a legacy. I'm like, what can I do to like create generational wealth, or just do something that my kid can be proud of instead of just working at a hospital, So I'm like, I got all these credits. I majored in theater and all these things. It's like, why not just try it out? So I just went full throttle at it since then.
Okay. So acting. So now you're into acting now. So that, dug further. So you became a writer, filmmaker after that. Like, tell us that story.
Okay. So I was acting. I got my first acting, like real acting thing outside of school with Delia Woods. She's a dope director, writer from Philadelphia. She gave me my first thing, and I met a couple of my people that I like. This is my friends to this day. Like, she's still good folks and all that, but my acting community, my tribe, if you want to call it. And one day I was writing stuff just to see what it's about, though, just to write, see where my writing skills was at. And I have ideas or whatever, but I never tried to do them. And one day I was on the set of Brotherly Love, Jamal Hill, another dope Philadelphia director that's blowing up right now. And I was watching him while I was an actor on a movie. I was watching him. I'm like, I want to do that. I want to do what he doing. Like, I like that process. Like, because as an actor, don't get me wrong, you prep with your script and all that, but you're not there for when the script was written. You're not there for the pre-production. You're only there to get on the set to do your thing, and then you're done. And then the editor and all of them, they do their thing, and then you see the finished product. Sometimes you might not even be in the movie, for real, for real. Exactly. You know what I'm saying? Or you done did all these lines, but only got a little part because they cut it all. You know what I mean? So I'm like, I want to start from the very beginning, from the idea concept to the very end. So when I see him and how he was just directing these actors that we looked up to, like Keke Palmer, like you got Romeo Miller, you got Quincy, I don't even know Quincy's last name, but Diddy's son Quincy. You have what's his name? Corey Howard, Tia husband. There's a couple people, major people there. Malik Yoba, there's major people there, and just to see him direct them, and I'm like, wow, I want to do that. So that's when I started my own. I'm like, yo, I wrote something. I got some acting friends now. I'm like, hey, y'all trying to do this? And from there, we started getting into it, and I created The Breakup, which is my first web series, by the way.
Yes, definitely love the breakup. The breakup was all that. For something that was like your first project that you put out, that was dope. So tell us a little bit about that.
Thank you. I appreciate it. I don't really remember where the idea came from. I think it came. I was watching something, and the guy was having like a struggle to like break up with his girlfriend or something. I forgot how I go. Well, the movie, The Breakup, which Vince Vaughn and Jennifer Aniston was amazing to me. It's funny, it's hilarious. So I wanted to do the same thing, what you would consider white comedy. I would say that's what people would call it, and make it for us, for black people.
Definitely. So then, what did the movie come first, or did your production company come first? Which one? Or it came after the breakup?
I feel like my production company definitely came first.
And tell everybody what the name is, so we know.
All right, okay. So the production company that I started with was called Royal Family Films, and that was back in 2015. So that's around the time I was writing, The Breakup or whatever, and it been Royal Family Films for a while. Like even if when you watch The Breakup, when y'all go down there and watch The Breakup again, or watch it for the first time, it's going at the end of it, it's always going, or the beginning of it is going to always say Royal Family Films, because that's the first production company. Now we're doing business as Overly Dedicated Productions, which is the new logo, the new production company, which means giving more than 100%, give 110%, give it 200%. You got to be overly dedicated to winning this game. So that's why we changed the production company name to Overly Dedicated Productions.
Love it. Great name, by the way.
Thank you. Appreciate it.
Okay, so you went from ball player to actor to writer, producer, director, like wow, look at you.
Just trying to create something. That's all.
I see. You definitely creative all around. I definitely like commend you that. That's dope, and definitely in this time for real.
I appreciate it.
No problem. So, okay, so you get into all that, and then you just add one more role to that. So now you're a designer, huh?
I mean,
So let us know about I'm gonna let you do it, but this man right here got not only a production company, writes films and things like that. Now you have a brand, which you're wearing right now.
Oh yeah, you see me.
Bear Monkey Rebel Clothing. So
yeah.
Tell us about that. Tell us about Bear Monkey.
Oh man, Bear Monkey Rebel Clothing.
Yeah. Tell us how you got the name first, and then get into it.
Okay, so the name came from, it was a while ago. See, I did a little bit of everything. So, it was a while ago when I was helping like promote / manage my friends. They go by the name of 88, was great now, but they was called the Vets. And they was rappers, and we used to do tours and promote for them and all that. I got into a couple of DJs. Like, that's how I got my love for talking to people and, just meeting people and being interested in what they're interested in. You know what I mean? So that's where that came from. But my guy Juice, right? We was trying to think of a clothing brand. Like, he like, damn, you want to come out with something? You know what I mean? It's around the time where it's like Red Monkey jeans and all that. I don't know if y'all really remember them Jones like that, but you had the Vizus, we had all that stuff. And he was like, yo, man. And he had a joint, he was like, Bear Monkey. And I'm like, yeah, that's a hot name. We had t-shirts. T-shirts was terrible now. They was hot then, don't get me wrong, but now, like, if you look at that joint from way back then, you like, yo, that joint booty, like. But it was hot then, though. You know what I'm saying? But, we all evolved with time. So, but nothing never happened. Like, we wore it. We had it probably only like a good 4 t-shirts that ever been out since then.
Oh, wow.
Yeah, like 4 t-shirts. And it was just dope. So one day I was on my way to a cruise with my family. And while I was on the cruise, it just kept hitting in my head. I'm like, yo, Bear Monkey. Like, it just kept on, you know what I mean? So I started drawing up little things of how I would want it to look, looking up stuff on the internet, you know what I mean? Trying to learn more about streetwear and stuff like that. And then when soon as I got off the boat, because you don't get no service on them boats, I hit my man Juice up like, yo, bro, what's up with the bear monkey? Like, we got to run with this thing. Like, what's up with it? You feel me? And he like, bro, like, don't. He said, go do your thing. You know what I'm saying? Like, basically, I guess he ain't want no parts of it at the time. And I ain't gonna say at the time, but you know what I mean? He's like,
I'm gonna give you a little something.
Yeah. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So, I'm like, all right, I got it. So we just, from there, pressed up some shirts, you know what I mean, for me and my brother Weezy. And shout out to Weez. And the first day we wore them shirts, we wore it to my cousin's baby shower. And I say, everybody came up to us like, yo, what's that, yo? Where y'all get that from? Where y'all get it from? Yo, I need one of them Jones. Da, 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 da. And I made it, and I told Weezy, I'm like, don't tell nobody that is our John. Like, don't even tell her that I made it. Just wear it. You know what I'm saying? That's how you find out if something hot. You know what I'm saying? You don't got, because if it's your family and you wearing it, and if it ain't hot, they gonna still probably be like, oh, that's nice, you made that. Oh, that's nice. But you know what I mean? I didn't want nobody to know because first of all, we didn't have the right, work, and it was just a tester to see what it, what it bring. But everybody's feeling it. I'm like, oh, okay, we got hit. Mm-hmm. We got a hit. Yeah. So that's how it really started. And from there, just keep working at it and just samples, practicing. And, here we are, Bear Monkey Rebel Clothing. You see it, this the LA edition right here. LA edition.
I see you drip down.
Yeah, they got the LA on the back of it too. This is the LA edition that I wore last year to Complex Con. Mm-hmm. And it was only exclusively given out and sold in LA. So that was the LA edition. So if y'all got one of these Jones, it's exclusive. There's only like 10 of them made. Right. So,
Dope. Yeah,
y'all got it. Y'all on to something. Hold on to it because it's going to cost a lot of money one day.
For sure. All right. So now you got all of that, and now you got this show right here, Kicking It with Ty.
Hey,
now you a host now.
Kicking It with Ty, you feel me?
Kicking It with Ty.
Yeah.
Okay, so tell us a little bit about, what made you want to start the show? What made you want to even call it Kicking It with Ty? What was your whole, objective about even starting the show? Like, let people know.
So at first, of course, like I said before, it didn't start off as Kicking It with Ty, right? Well, the first episode I ever did start off as Kicking It with Ty. The name wasn't Kicking It with Ty.
You don't gotta tell us what it was.
I'm not. Okay. Right. It wasn't Kicking It with Ty. But the idea behind the whole concept of the show was, like I told you before, I was interested in how people think, and I wanted to actually also highlight people that's doing their thing that don't really get the exposure of them doing their thing. Mm-hmm. So there's a lot of people that's doing some extraordinary things that's impacting the culture, and influencing people, but they don't have the outlets. They don't have the media following. They don't have, I don't know, like a lot of stuff, they don't have it. And people don't know it. Like you could walk past this person down the street and never know that they're doing extraordinary things in the world. So I'm like, I want to highlight these people. And I want to talk to them and figure out like why they got into what they're doing and things of that nature. So I'm like, let's have a talk show. Why not? You know what I'm saying? I like to talk to people. You know what I mean? I'm interested in what people think and what they're doing. So why not highlight that? So we came up with Kicking It with Ty.
On Kicking It with Ty, you had, a successful 2 seasons. Now this is the end of the second season.
Yes. End of the second season. Yeah. Season 2.
So, let's see. What for season 2, what was like, I guess, one of your, favorite moments, you would say?
Oh man, it's actually have a couple favorite moments. One of my best favorite moments though for season 2 is how we started off season 2, which is Ryan Harris, who has a nonprofit organization. He stayed outside and wouldn't go in the house until he raised $30,000. And he also wouldn't eat either. And he raised the money in 2.5 days. He didn't eat in 2.5 days, and he raised $30,000 just so he can build a building for the kids in his community. And then one of the best moments of all is, being able to work with my lady, after every interview, her being a producer on the show, just being able to work with her is amazing. That's something I would want to do, forever.
Oh, tell us, tell us about your girlfriend, how good of a job she does. Go ahead, tell them.
Venus is amazing. Season 1, she wasn't there, and it was rough. And I think y'all would know because there's only probably 4 episodes in season 1. Me trying to set the cameras up and just trying to book the talent and think of the questions and just do everything. And her coming in, she the one that got us on cable TV, cable network TV. So, you know what I mean? That wasn't my doing. That was her doing. She got us on there. Just helping in all the ways, even the questions, a lot of stuff, like some questions that I probably wouldn't even think of that she does, she's amazing, and she made things a lot easier.
Thank you.
And she's the one behind doing this interview, so she's helping once again.
Yes,
so
I am.
it's her.
All right, so, okay, so he's doing all, thank you, by the way. And, all right, so tell us one of some of your favorite moments. So, back to you being a father. You having so, many things that you do, how does, being a father, impact your journey of just, of all this, creative things that you do and trying to make it and things like that? Like, how does that, how does being a father impact all of that?
Oh man, being a father impacted mostly all of it. I'm not even gonna lie. I wanted more only because I had a kid at first. You know what I'm saying? Like I had a pretty good life. Like I'm not saying I was struggling. Like I worked at a hospital. Like I worked at Jefferson Hospital. We was getting paid good money. When I got there at 19 years old. People were saying when I got there, oh, you could retire here. Oh, like you got a good job, benefits and all that. So it's like my life was cool. Like I could have been cool just working at Jefferson for probably the rest of my life. Mm-hmm. Even though I know I wanted more because, working to 65 never set well with me. I had to work to 65 just to retire. Never set well with me since I was younger. But, being caught up in life, that I could have been cool. But when I had my kids, I'm like, I can't pass this job down to them. Right. You know what I'm saying? Right. So I'm like, I gotta do more. I gotta do more so I can set them in a position where they can be able to do whatever they want. And there's no restriction, not because there's no money, not because I don't have the connections, not because of nothing. They can really do whatever they want if they work hard enough to do it. And I'm going to help them as much as possible. Mm-hmm. And I need to put myself in that position to help them as much as possible. So they're like my fuel, like completely. Like I get up and I want to do this stuff because I want to set a better future for them. Period. Period, Pooh.
Period. So, what are you working on right now?
I should drop the ball. I should just drop it on them. Give it to them. All right. So listen, y'all. The reason we're not on the couch at the crib because we officially moved to Los Angeles to take this thing to another level. You feel me? So hence why I put on the LA, Bear Monkey shirt. Hence why you see the Mamba, RIP Mamba for sure. You know what I'm saying? Because we out here in LA. So the goal for the rest, season 3 gonna be crazy. We're gonna get a lot of LA people out here to talk to these people, man. We're building the network, not just Overly Dedicated Productions, but we have Overly Dedicated Network where we're trying to build, and we're gonna have different shows on there. So that's the goal. We still got a film that we gotta finish shooting called Peyton's Court. We're gonna knock that out once this COVID thing going on. There's a crisis going on. There's a pandemic going on right now. So we're gonna finish that. We're gonna make sure we get that out there as soon as possible. We got a new collection for Bear Monkey that's about to drop. We ain't gonna get too much detail on it, but it's gonna pay homage to my grandfather and my childhood. And my grandfather just recently passed. RIP to Bishop Blassingame. So I'm excited.
So where do you see, let's manifest here. Let's manifest.
Okay.
So, like, where do you see yourself in the next, you know, next decade? You know, since it's a new.
Next decade.
Yeah.
Next decade, since we're in a new
20.
decade. Yeah, that's 2020. So it's about time 2030. Where do I see myself?
Yeah, let's speak this into
Multi-millionaire. Multi-millionaire. I promise you that.
Okay.
And we got that on wax. I promise you that. I promise you
Okay.
I'll be a millionaire by 2030.
Okay.
That's for sure. But for the brand, just when you think about like social media and you think about the internet in general, our platform, Only Dedicated Network, I wanted to be one of the biggest platforms where it comes to like media, film, TV. You know what I mean? You got the Revolts, you got the Titles, you got Complex. You know what I mean? We're gonna have Only Dedicated Network. It's gonna be amongst them with the buzz feeds and all of them. So I want that to be up there. The brand, the brand is so personal to me. I feel like we're about to take this to a new wave. Like I said, my next collection, I'm honoring my grandfather, I'm honoring my childhood. We're gonna honor, like, you know, since me and my lady, we do film, we're gonna honor the film community through our clothing.
All right. So, last question before we go.
Mm-hmm.
So, there may be, you know, another young man out there that's, you know, in high school or whatever the case may be, playing basketball or whatever, like, or, you know, thinking about doing the things that you're doing. So, what advice would you give him or her?
Man, do that shit. That's the advice I can say. Do it. Like, don't worry about what everybody else wants you to do. Do what you want to do. Do what you feel is right, because it's something called your job and it's something called work. You're built to do God's work, which is the work that you're created to do. Your job is something that pays you right now. So therefore, do what you're created to do. Figure out that passion. Figure out what God created you for to give to the world. And that's what you should do. And don't worry about what nobody say, because I've done that. I worried about what everybody said. And I played basketball all the way to college until I stopped caring about what people thought, honestly. And I wanted to go to a film school back, like I said, once I did the play, I wanted to go to film school in college, but it didn't have a basketball team. So I didn't go. And that's the only reason I didn't go, because they didn't have a basketball team. And, you know, luckily I had people like my brother, Kenneth, you know, he owned Only Dedicated LLC, that showed me, don't care about what people think and do you. And you will succeed. If you work hard enough, you keep God first and you keep pressing, you will succeed. You know what I'm saying? You're going to succeed. You're going to be able to make a living off of doing what you want to do, if you keep pushing at it and you work hard enough and you be overly dedicated.
Well, you know what? That's awesome. That's awesome for somebody who out there who is listening to this. You know, I hope that they too take heed to what you're saying. Sure.
Me too, you know. And if just watch me, watch other people, watch people that inspire you. There's people that's out here that, if you listen to a lot of your people that you look up to stories, it was not easy. So don't think it's going to be easy. It's going to be hard. You're going to have to make sacrifices. You're going to have to lose sleep. You're going to have to lose money. You're going to have to penny pitch. You're going to do all that. But you're going to get there. You just keep working, stay consistent, you know, learn social media, because that's the wave. I'm still learning social media because I know that's the wave, but, you know, I ain't come from an area where, you know, it was really crazy social media. I'm in the area of social media and I'm trying to learn even more, but just keep going. That's all. At the end of the day, keep going.
All right, and go ahead and, you know, tell us your last words, any shout outs, whatever, so before we get out of here.
Oh, all right, you know what I mean? So, you know, give out my shout outs once again, man. First of all, I want to shout out God. You know, without him, I'm nothing. You feel me? Shout out my kids who motivate me every day. Gabriel, Nayland, and Liam. Shout out to my lady producer that's killing it, you know, back there with the interview questions and all that. Shout out to everybody that ever supported me. Shout out to all y'all. And I might just say hit y'all with a thank you at the end of the credits, because there's a lot of y'all that, you know, during this move that we came out here, y'all showed crazy love, and I appreciate every last one of you guys. Until next time, OG boy out.